Well, John, the lads exerted so much energy in such a physical performance last night. How have they returned to the training today?
Yeah, everybody's in good spirits. I think it helps when you get a solid result like we did. The sort of games you always feel a bit tired of. I think if you don't get the result that you deserve. So it's been a really positive morning, and we've always known that this week was coming, and we've got the quick turnaround to the Derby game on Friday. So everything today's been about recovery and making sure that we're physically as best as we can be for a bit of a light touch tomorrow, travelling up to the Midlands, and then we go again Friday night.
As you said, there'll be a lot of sore bodies today after such running last night. So how will they be looked after in balanced in the preparation for Derby as well?
Yeah, well, we just do everything we can off the pitch really to try and make sure that we maximise everyone physically, and it's helped now that we've moved into the new area of the training ground. We've got the gym next door where we're able to take advantage of all the facilities there. A couple of places off site that we've been using recently to really try and help maximise recovery, and we tie all that together with everything we do on the nutrition side. And we have to do these things to compete at this level, and if you look at the way that the modern footballers live and the way that the top footballers are looked after, it's something that we really strive to. And with those with game after game after game, it's something that we really need to get right. Ultimately though, it's down to it is down to the physicality, but it's down to the mentality of the players. Forever and a day football has been a game where you play a lot of games in a short space of time. We used to play 2 games in 3 days over the Christmas period. They don't do that anymore, but you've just got to be ready to do it. You've got to be ready to go. You've got to get yourself right. You've got to live right, and make sure that you don't use tiredness as an excuse, and we certainly won't be.
How's Regan Paul doing?
Regan's okay. He came outside with the starting 11 from yesterday. He did everything that the starting 11 did, which was very little. We just did a walkthrough, so there's nothing to get overly excited about. We'll see how he is tomorrow. It's nothing long term, but just a precaution. We'll see how he is going into the trainings tomorrow, but it's probably about 50-50.
On to Derby Way on Friday. Such a short turnaround, but what do you make of them?
Well, they've had a really good start and a couple of really tough away games with Leeds and Burnley over the past couple of days. I'm not reading into those games too much. The game that I watched prior to that was where they played Sheffield Wednesday at home. I'm unsure how they didn't get a result out of the game. I thought for 60-70 minutes they were by far the better team and played some really good football as well. So a Derby side that have come off a lot of success last season, started the season really well. They've picked up quite a few new players, and Paul Warne's sides are always very well coached and very difficult to play against. So I think there's a combination of a lot of things there that are going to make it a really good game on Friday night. We always look forward to going to Pride Park. It's a brilliant place to play football against a massive football club, and it's two clubs that finally got back into the Championship, and going head to head on a Friday night should be a really good fixture.
Obviously we know a lot about them after the last season. The away game there, some great memories of that. What do you remember of it?
It was a tough game. I remember feeling slightly annoyed that we'd conceded the penalty. I thought it was a bit of a harsh one. They should have had a player I thought sent off before half time. So you can probably tell where my mind sometimes wanders to when I remember games. I remember the goal going and thinking we thoroughly deserved to take the point at the very least, and just being thrilled for Colby and thrilled for the team that they'd done enough. And I think Terry came in and made an impact off the bench, and I'd felt like we sort of arrived in the top end of League One at that point and went on to have a really good run of results. Barnsley away on the Tuesday night was our next performance there. So it's always a really tough place to play, but a great place to play football as well.
How do you remember games so well?
I don't know. I don't know. It's one of those strange things. I think when you're in it and you're in the moment, and we watch them all back as well. So we live them once live, then we watch them back from a different angle, then we present to the players, and we use that footage again and again. We use some of the Derby footage in pre-season actually to highlight some of the good things that we'd done last year and the shape that we wanted to play. Again, probably to that question, I remember Zach coming into the side and doing really well on the day, and it was that sort of shape that we do try and get into sometimes, with the right back being a bit more flexible in terms of where he can go. So I don't know why we do it, but that Derby game certainly, or don't know how we do it, but that Derby game certainly sticks in the memory.
And Pride Park, a place where we're always backed so brilliantly by our supporters, and we will be once again on Friday night.
Yeah, again, there's twice we've been to Pride Park as Portsmouth head coach, and both times the away ends sold out. That Saturday afternoon at the back end of the first season that I was here, we didn't perform quite so well, but we got the draw. The fans were amazing. I think really looking forward to the following season, and the same again last year. And yeah, we've had a couple of home games where the atmosphere's been brilliant. We spoke to a couple of the Norwich players and staff who said they've yet to experience anything like that in the Championship this season, and it was brilliant to be part of over the past couple of games at home, and equally away from home when the fans get going. It's an amazing sight. So I think the away fans have had a load of plaudits this year, and rightly so, and we're looking forward to try and reward some of their long travel that they've had over the past few weeks with some success.